I think we're back. New chat. Sorry about that. We had a power surge over here. I don't know what happened. It's World War III, stuff's happening. So I had to connect to my hotspot so that way we'll stay online now for sure. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Thoughts on Time Traveler from 2075. I don't even know what that is. Dare I even try to figure that out? If you guys are getting back on here, sorry, the chat crashed, so I had to start another one. Hit the like button on your way up, and let's get these likes going as everyone's coming back in, please. We had the super chat going. It's back up again, but we lost that marker for the last super chat, so I'm just gonna keep on talking anyway. I'm just gonna go for an hour or whatever. As long as we got the super chat running, I'll keep talking. And I'll keep reading your comments and I'll answer them as I see them. Flat Earth? Come on. I'm not even there. Answer my question, Jack. I didn't see your question. Sorry. BP, whatever. BP specialist. All right. Make HP pillowcases? Oh, you guys want to sleep with the HP logo? That sounds good to me. Yo, Jack from Flint, Michigan. What's up? Hope the water is good. Rotary swap Mustang. You know what? The world's getting carried away with rotary swapping. I'm going to say it. They're getting carried away. The RX-7 is great. Suron Muse. Muse News? Suron. All right, yeah. So if you guys have been watching the videos, let me know what you think of the Suron. That bike is awesome. I'm enjoying every second of it. I literally can't put it down. So that's why I've been pounding the videos out. And I'm going to continue as long as you guys want to see it. So seems to be doing good. We're getting a lot of views, and I feel like that's a plus that shows me that a lot of people are into it. But the Suron is awesome. That thing has crazy torque. It's completely stock at this point. If you haven't seen the videos, go check them out. It's an electric bike. I got it from China, and I think everyone should have one that's interested in bikes because it is a different level. At first, I was kind of like, I don't know. It's electric, battery, speed. It's just not appealing to someone who's used to just putting gas and go and hauling ass. But the battery technology, the controller technology is catching up. These things are getting fast, and they're being able to go for a long way. I can go a lot further now than you would be able to in the past with a gas bike or not gas, but an electric bike. So the good thing is the technology continues to grow and the batteries are getting even better. So there is an upgrade for this already as far as batteries go. I'd love to do it at some point. But right now I'm still going to max out that stock battery because the battery is very expensive. So top speed right now is about 50 miles per hour. It's like 47 miles an hour GPS. And it was like 53 on the little gauge, but about 47 miles per hour GPS. And acceleration 0 to 30 in 4.1 seconds, verified. That's pretty good. We're getting there. So next thing I'm going to be doing is the controller. Well, first I'm going to do the brakes. I am going to upgrade the brakes a little bit. I just don't trust them. They're dinky, and that's the only part of this bike that really kind of leaves me hanging. So we're going to upgrade the brakes. I'm going to do a Hope brake rotor, nice big floating 225 millimeter rotor, and a set of Shimano pads. So that's going to help out with the braking. The front brake's the real problem. The back brake's not really much of a problem. The regen can lock the back wheel up. It's very strong. So I'm not really worried about that. Anyway, we're going to do that. Then we're going to do the controller. That's going to be an intense upgrade because it's going to give us a lot more power. Stock power is 5 kilowatts. That thing's going to jerk right up to about 7 kilowatts with that setup on the stock battery. So Big increase. We should be over 60 miles an hour, close to it. That's the goal for the stock battery. Anyway, Suron, I'll leave that to the videos. You guys can see that. In the meantime, let's read some of these comments and questions and see what we've got going on, and hit that like button for me. As long as we've got the likes up and we've got the super chat active, everything is gravy. Why do you ignore me talking about your boy Ruddy in all caps? You're yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me? First of all, I'm not ignoring anybody. I just am reading the chats. Like I said, if you really have an important question, just hit the super chat. I don't care. It makes it easier for me. I'm not ignoring my talking about my boy Ruddy. Ruddy rode the Suron. I had him in a video. I beat him in his CRX. You know what? Now I remember. Somebody asked a question before the last chat crashed, and they asked me what the first thing, or they were asking me to tell Rudnick what to do some stuff on his car. Before he went to the track, I told him specifically, upgrade your brakes. He didn't have time, so I guess he went and just got pads and rotors and put them in. Now, okay, you go to AutoZone and get pads and rotors, you're not going to really get too much out of them, especially on the track. So, of course, he torched the brakes. I told him that was going to happen. So, yeah, brakes definitely on that CRX for sure. All right. Rotaries aren't as good as people say they are unless they're built properly. I mean, some people like to cling on to things that are completely different, and the rotary engine, I think, represents a deviation in where people usually stay as far as cars go. People usually stay when you're talking about the performance enthusiast community. People usually stay with turbocharged, V8 or LS, 2JZ, RB26. Like there's a set, there's a mindset. Coyote motors. There's a set mindset for the performance world that those motors are the favorite, and the rotary is a unique flavor because it only came in a few cars, a handful of cars. And Mazda has literally hoarded, in a way, the rights to do that. So, design wise, yes, not the most efficient thing, but if you look at it from a volumetric standpoint, it can be very efficient. Built, you don't really need to build them so much. I mean, you're talking about good tuning. That's probably the most important thing. Good tuning, good fuel, and a supporting mod list around it to keep it alive. Longevity is always a problem with rotaries. They don't last horribly long, but if you do certain things, they will last longer. So yeah, kind of a, I don't know, the sword's got two edges, so it cuts both ways. All right, let's go down here and see what we got for comments. Hurricane Ian, $2. Thank you, sir. What's the range on the bike? So the range on the Suron bike is about 30 to 40 miles, depending on how you ride at normal speeds. So if you're riding at, full wide open, 50 miles an hour, about 30 miles or so. And that, of course, that depends on your terrain, depends on a lot of things. If you're going around a lot of turns, stoplights, blah, blah, blah. But if you can just pin it and go, you're most likely going to see about 30, a little over 30 miles wide open at that speed of stock. In EP mode, easily 50 miles. EP mode is like the lower power mode. So, I mean, it goes significantly slower, like 25 to 30 miles an hour, maybe, yeah, somewhere in there, but easily 50 miles. And then even slower, I was cruising just like bicycle speed, 15 miles an hour. And I went like, let's see, it was about 3 miles or so just to test it, 2 to 3 miles. It was about 3 miles, and I only used 3%. So think about that. Probably 75 miles, somewhere in that range or more. So it depends on how you ride it, obviously. You got wind resistance, rolling resistance, heat building up in the motor, all kinds of stuff. But that thing can go a long way, guaranteed. So good range, and it's only going to get better as the batteries get better. So why? So why you even do have gas scooter in your home? Why do you have gas scooter in your home? Okay. Anyway, I love scooters. They're good and they're fun, and they're tiny and they fit in my living room. So that's why I have them in there. I don't recommend storing them with gas in them, but I have I got scooters in my living room, and I'm happy with them there. It's fun to see them every day when I walk downstairs. Okay, so let's see here. Oh man, look, Chris is in here. Thought we were talking about nukes. We can talk about nukes. So Chris texted me earlier saying that the world was changing, our lives are changing as we know it. What do you guys think? Let's talk about nukes. Let's talk about the stuff that's going on. I honestly am not afraid of nuclear warfare at this point. And the reason why is because we know so much about it. We know so much about the technology that's available to the world at this point, that being able to stop a nuke in space literally is a thing. And actually recently, a couple of subs launched some missiles right off the coast of Florida here. You're not going to hear about it, but it happened. It was like last week. There's pictures of them floating around the internet. There's pictures of the missile trails going up, and those subs typically launch um, countermeasures. So I'm under the impression that there is a possibility we either tested or successfully mitigated a threat. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. So I have a little bit of background in this subject matter. I did work at a test facility in the Bahamas called AUTEC. If you guys want to learn more about it, look it up. So I've seen some things, man. Let's see. I saw another one. Supra Drew. Hi, Jack. Any plans to go metal detecting again soon? I went last night, actually, and I didn't videotape it though, or record it, or whatever. I'm old. I say videotape. I videotape things, okay? Even though there's no videotape. I didn't record it. Anyway, we went to the beach. Didn't go near any of the shipwrecks. It was at night, and we had the dogs, so I just found a bunch of junk. But I did find a dime, a penny, a pop top, and a bottle cap. Put your offers in now. They're all for sale. Oh, and I found a bullet shell. That was fun. So someone fired off something at the beach. Okay, let's see. Next question. Tommy B. Tommy B, $5. Thank you, sir. I got a Saab 92X that has an EJ20 with severely spun bearings and 8 at the block. Oof. Should I EJ25 swap instead of replacing the motor? You can do like Frankenstein. The EJ20 heads are arguably better. They flow pretty well. And you can put those on an EJ25. So if you want to get spicy, that's how I would do it. But take the time, just build the motor while you have it apart, or if you get another motor, don't put a stock one in. Subaru pistons are notorious for ringland failure, so you can do it. EJ25, it'll be better. I do like the EJ20s though because they rev high. Chris, Chris is throwing money at me tonight. Jesus Christ. Chris is big money right now. That's why. He's dangerous. The kid is dangerous with money. I'm going to say that. You heard it here first. He's dangerous. Chris says, let's hope not. I need to build the CRX before we go out. We ain't going out. We ain't going out. There's no going out. Oh, you know what? And I'll tell you too. If you guys don't have one, look right here. I'm gonna show you. This is World War III topic stuff right here. World War III topic stuff. Get yourself one. They're supposed to be illegal. I think you can still $20. Anybody else that has one that's within a reasonable distance.
Fair. Temperature 61 degrees.
61. It's cold here. So, anyway, great radios. If you in a world war and does happen, our infrastructure has problems, which I on that magnitude, and we lose communication systems, then these are fantastic. And there's repeaters set up everywhere. I don't care where you are, you're going to find someone that has repeaters. They've set them up. There's plenty of people that have thought this through, including the military themselves. And the ability to communicate in a wartime arena is extremely important. So even if it's just for a power outage or something, it's good to have one of these. So get yourself one of these if you don't have one. They're really easy to use. You're supposed to have a license to use it if it's not an emergency. So in an emergency situation like war or something of that nature, you're allowed to use it. Remember that. That's the law. I got a bunch. Thing that I've got too is I got a solar panel. It's small, but check this out, just in case. It'll take all day, but I can charge the batteries in them damn radios. So pretty cool. I got extra radios as well. I got amplifiers. I've got firearms. I got everything needed. And the thing is that makes things really scary for us in this area. If you're talking about war and those kinds of problems, is Mar-a-Lago, which is Donald Trump's home, which is where he was holed up yesterday and probably today. 8 miles, 10 miles away. It's very close. So actually, we drove right by there last night, and the security is you can't even get on A1A in front of Mar-a-Lago. There's a huge TFR, no flying, no nothing. It's insane. So they know the magnitude of the situation. They understand the bounty that's placed on somebody's head when they make decisions like this, especially when you're in charge of arguably the most powerful country in the world. That's going to happen. So it was insane though to see they have shooter towers, they've got sniper towers, they've got lookout towers posted. They're like portable. The sheriff is there. They're like the sheriff here, by the way, the sheriff's office here is insane. They are probably the highest level sheriff's office you've ever seen. Whatever happens, believe me, my sheriff friends, we're on it. So I'm gonna spend time. Connection is unstable. Trying to reconnect. Are we back? Can you see me? I better switch back to the hotspot.